Good morning and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman and I'm here with Andrew Blackman, and we're pleased to welcome you to this Thursday matinee performance, the beginning of our playing week here at Magic City Jai-Alai. We have 9 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. If these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a pick 3 wager in Game 4. The high-paying High 5 jackpot begins in Game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, and the all-new mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in Game 1. If you are interested in participating with online wagering, it's available at watchandwager.com, but placing a wager is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. We do have 2 scratches in today's performance. A scratch is when a player who was supposed to play today is out of the program, usually for a medical reason. And we like to take a look at the program, game by game, at the beginning of the performance, and let you know how that scratch affects each game. So once again, we have 9 games. We'll begin with Game 1. There are no scratches in Game 1. Game 2, Post 8. El Barba is scratched. Game 2, Post 8, Cool Fitness, number 24, will replace El Barba. Game 3, there are 2 scratches in our season opener doubles game. Game 3, Post 3. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with number 29, Vuelo. Game 3, Post 3, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Vuelo. Game 3, Post 6, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with 0-0, Rock. Game 3, Post 6, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with 0-0, Rock. So Jedden and El Barba are our 2 scratches today. Game 4, new scratches. Game 5. Game 5, Post 2. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Rock. Game 5, Post 2. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Rock. Game 5, Post 8. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Anderluck. Game 5, Post 8. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Anderluck. Game 6, Post 2. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6, Post 2. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 7, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Game 7, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Game 7, Post 8, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Douglas. Game 7, Post 8, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Douglas. Game 8, Post 4, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Bueno. Game 8, Post 4, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Bueno. Game 8, Post 5, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Tennessee. Game 8, Post 5, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Tennessee. Finally, in Game 9, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 30, Diaz. Game 9, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Diaz. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, scratches when a player has been scheduled to perform in the performance and is unable to, usually because of a medical reason. With that, we recognize that many of you are sheltering in place or safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront the new normal. Wherever you may be, we hope you are safe and healthy, and we're just glad that we're able to bring you Jai-Alai sports entertainment this afternoon. Now, we welcome you to sit back, relax, because at 12 noon, it's time to play Jai-Alai. And Andrew, good afternoon.
Stu, great to be back here for our second week of action. Great first week.
I know, went so well the first week, they let us come back the second, but my contract is week to week, so we'll see.
Yeah, I got that little 10-day contract.
And it's only a matter of time before I say something that's going to screw things up, so we'll just do the best we can. But from what I understand, we have a video that explains the Spectacular 7, since they hear me say it every day.
What does that mean, Stu?
Spectacular 7?
We're going to find out right now, Anthony, right?
The video's going to tell us. Take it away.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And we certainly hope that you enjoyed that explanation of Spectacular 7 scoring. In addition to that being what scoring is called here in Jai-Alai, we also hope that our games will be equally spectacular. We have 4 minutes till post. Another phrase, post time. Post time is the time that we begin the game. 9 games, 9 post positions. 9 post positions. See, I already screwed that up. It's 9 individual post times.
That's all right, Stu. Well, while we have some time, why don't we give the fans a little recap of those Week 1 standings. See, last week was our opening week of Jai-Alai action here at Magic City. And a couple standout performances, namely Ikeda. First guy on the board, double-digit wins. He picked up 10. Obviously, there were a couple scratches, played a couple more games than he was scheduled to play, but still an impressive first week for Ikeda. Only played here a couple months last season. Just sort of getting his feet wet, getting used to the court here at Magic City, getting used to the players. And certainly year 2 has got off to as good of a start as Ikeda could have hoped for. Also 4 places for him, meaning he finished 2nd in 4 games, 3rd in 2 games, and 4th in an additional 2 games. So that is 18 if my math is correct, Stu. Hopefully it is. It's still early, but first performance of the week. It's 18 places in the money, rather, for Ikeda. That is spectacular. Another standout performance, obviously, our singles and doubles champion from 2019, Douglas, in 2nd place. He has 6 wins, 1 2nd place, and 2 3rd places. Great week from those top 2 guys going into the, as we mentioned, the AA, AAA level players, those first couple of games. Standout performance, Vuelo, 4 wins for number 29, Vuelo, a guy that has been injured last year. We mentioned, if you've been with us on the broadcast, his problem has really been staying on the court and staying healthy, Stu, and he was just terrific in his first performance out there in the 2020 season.
Yes, he was. How's that for participating?
No, it's all we need. That's all we need from you, because we got Diaz right behind him. He's actually 4th. Tied for 4th, 3 wins. Anderluck is tied with Vuelo for 3rd with 4 wins, and Diaz stands alone in 5th place with 3 wins. So the leaderboard right now is packed after the first week, and as we mentioned, we've got 5-6 more months of this Jai-Alai season, so obviously anything could happen. Last year, Douglas wasn't even playing in that first week, and he came back and stormed through the competition, taking the singles championship by almost 80 wins. So a lot of Jai-Alai left to play, Stu.
A lot of Jai-Alai left to play today, oddly enough. And that's 2 minutes till post. So in 2 minutes, we're going to begin our first game. We talked about scratches before. Both Jedden and El Barba out. Jedden's out with a lower back injury. El Barba's out, basically feeling under the weather. And in these unique days, if someone's just not feeling quite great, by all means, we'll go ahead and scratch you. Perhaps you got to see the doc. Maybe you don't. I don't think Barba's going to see the doc, but there's every possibility he'll be back tomorrow. We have 1 minute till we begin Game 1 in this Thursday matinee performance. It's just 1 minute away.
And folks, previewing our first game here, 2 guys in this first game that are still winless on the season. The brothers, Juice and Fred, Stu. Out of those 2 guys in Game 1, which do you think is more likely to secure that first win of the season out of Fred and Juice there?
That literally can go either way.
Yeah.
The brothers both are extremely competitive. In addition to being competitive, Juice has this habit of just when you're about to count him out, he'll run 3 points in a row and actually win. Fred, a little bit more consistent. Not always consistently winning, but consistent playing. So it's a question of whether or not the explosiveness of Juice, who's in post 8. And I'm being yelled at in Spanish, so I'm being yelled at in Spanish.
I think that means we're ready to go.
We're ready to begin. We're ready to begin game number 1. This is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Game 1 does begin today's Mighty Ocho jackpot, a pick 8. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have number 26, Lamonte. Receiving in the blue, post 2, number 18, CRB. And as soon as we get our judges onto the court, and they're coming out now, 2 judges per game. There's the whistle, ready to begin. Lamonte serves, and this Thursday matinee performance is underway. Lamonte on the forehand. CRB with a tip ball at the 11 line, point 1. 1 first up on the board in our first game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. Here's number 9, Fred. That's an overserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. That went just past the 7. This point goes to post 3. Fred is now serving to Assier in the green of post 4. Assier with a strong backhand. Up and out to the rebote. And a miss. Point 4. Next matchup. Assier serves to Vuelo in the black shirt of post 5. Vuelo, strong backhand. Assier puts it over his head. Rebote, the rebound. Good catch by Assier. Vuelo with a drop ball at the 9 line, point 4. Four gets the point, which sets the next matchup. Assier serves to the yellow shirt of post 6, Cool Fitness. Ball goes in and scores. Strong throw by Cool Fitness, point 6. Brings us to our 5th matchup of this first game. Cool Fitness is serving to Diaz in the pink shirt of post 7. Diaz on the forehand. High to the front wall. Gets the bounce at the side wall, which scores. Point 7.
And a tough catch for Cool right there. That was right along the side wall, right at the 8 line. It's going to score for Diaz. Brings up Juice.
Yeah, got to try to catch that ball above the waist. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, Juice. That's an overserve. Point 8. 8 gets the last point of the first round. All points are now double through the end of the game. Here's post 2. First to return, CRB. CRB from the forehand. Hard throw. Juice. Knocked it down. Point 2.
And to serve now in the blue post 2, we got CRB and receive Lamonte. And forehand by Lamonte, sticks inside. CRB, drop ball over his head at about the 9 line. Point, red shirt of post 1. Stu back on the play-by-play. Stu, his mic's working again.
I didn't know that it wasn't working. Wow.
How about that?
Okay, here's the white shirt of post 3. Fred. Thank you, Andrew. Low reverse, just above the pad, will score for Fred. point 3. Next matchup, 3 serves to the black shirt at post 5. Returning to the court is Vuelo. Vuelo keeps the backhand inside. Fred going for it on the rebote. Just missed, point 5. Vuelo now serves to the green shirt at post 4. Here's Aussier. Strong backhand throw by Aussier. Vuelo goes to the floor to make the rebound. There's the rebote from the left side. It's a 2-wall that catches enough sidewall to score, point 5.
And Stu, you're talking about last week how every time it touches the wall and that spin changes, you saw it cut out really hard into that side netting. Good shot for Vuelo there.
You're absolutely right. Here is the yellow shirt at post 6. Cool fitness. Cool fitness on the backhand. Vuelo clips the side wall. There's a carom. Vuelo's on it. That forehand scores. Point 5. Possible game point 4. The black shirt at post 5. Vuelo. Trying to stop him is Diaz. Here's Diaz from the 12 line. High to the front wall. Vuelo lets it pass. Rebote's on the side wall. What a catch by Diaz. Diaz plays it high. Vuelo throws the reverse into the pad. Point 7, play continues.
And that's why this game's so frustrating. Stu had all that front wall, just needed to get it up there and throws it into the pad.
Here's post 8, play continues. Juice receives. Catch by Diaz. Here's Juice from the 8 line. Low and hard. Picked up by Diaz. Diaz on the reverse. Caught by Juice. Rebote missed. Point 8.
And we talk about Juice's power for a guy that's not very big. He really throws that forehand strong, Stu.
Yeah, Juice has got a lot of strength on both sides, both the forehand and the backhand. Here's post 2 receiving for this matchup of Juice serving CRB. Scoop attempt missed, point 2. 2 serves, post 1, Lamonte returns. Point 2. Possible game point here for post 2, the blue shirt, CRB. Trying to stop him, post 3, Fred. Off the cesta it goes, point, and game 2, the blue shirt of post 2, CRB. 2 wins it, 5 places, meaning that he came in second. 2-5, this is a playoff for third. 7-8, 1 and 3, playoff for third place. 7 first serves to 8. Juice winds up a 2-all. Here's Diaz. Swing and a miss. Midcourt, point 7. 1 now serves to 3. The winner of this point will meet 7 in the continuing playoff for third place. Fred from the backhand. Ball tipped, midcourt, point 3. This is show point. 7 serves to 3. Diaz serving Fred for third place. Fred with the soft touch. Diaz is there. Diaz returns it with the soft touch that scores. Point and third place goes to Diaz in post 7. The unofficial order of finish, 2, 5, 7. Your prices will be up in a moment. So coming out of the first game with CRB coming around in the second round and winning it. Vuolo had a really good game, was obviously very frustrated with the fact that he threw it in the pad. You know, Jai-Alai is much about balancing power and control, and considering the fact that these players are in their third year, some are only in their second year, that this is their third year, that's still something that they're developing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the game is, obviously, we said one of the fastest games in the world. You don't really have that much time to think sometimes, and you lose just that little bit of focus, and really can cost you, the win in that game, as you saw there with Vuolo, not going to get back up with 6 points on the board.
And that gives us our prices for game 1. Finish was 257. The Quinella, which is first and second in any order, 2-5, $20.60. Trifecta, 257, $156.50. There are some consolations in the Exacta. 2 all is $4, all 5, $8.20. Exacta's first and second straight order. So that's our Quinella Exacta Trifecta prices for game 1. Up next is game number 2, Spectacular 7 singles match. Spectacular 7 means that all points will double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Once again, both Jedden and El Barba are scratched throughout today's performance, meaning they were scheduled to play, but are out for a medical reason. That affects Game 2, Post 8, scratch. El Barba, replace El Barba with number 24, Cool Fitness. Game 2, Post 8, scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with number 24, Cool Fitness. In this case, we have El Barba that was scratched, and he was supposed to, the official substitute, we list an official substitute for every game. That was supposed to have been Jedden, but Jedden was scratched as well. That's why we have player manager, and basically, as long as we have players to play the game, we will have substitutes.
Yeah, sometimes it's, you got to fit the puzzle pieces there. We got the guys here, and unfortunately, Jedden, we hope that he's healthy again soon. Obviously, a back injury, a little tricky there. Something you never want to test a little too early, obviously, in El Barba. Hopefully he's back soon. Always good to have those guys. 2 of the bigger personalities on our roster. Always keep it interesting back here. And
bigger is a good way to refer. Yeah, that's a good way to refer to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is, because for some folks who may be watching or listening don't realize that in addition to the play-by-play, that I also train players along with Juan Ramon Arasate, our player manager. So my relationship with the players is not just one of admiring and describing what they do, but also trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
So every now and then I may come off as sounding derogatory or bitter towards the player, which is obviously never the case. No. I just really like to see them play well and get really frustrated when they don't. Right. Like that reverse by Vuolo into the pad. Yeah, I bit my tongue, I curled my toes, I dug my nails into my palm. Just anything to get me, because someone's watching, and they're saying, well, everybody else is hitting the wall, why can't he? It's like, obviously he can. He almost won the game, but he tried to throw it really hard. He didn't take his time. The ball hit the pad, and as we say, the pad is bad. So it's one thing when you're talking about it. It's another thing when you've been on the court and have worked with him and are just looking at that, just saying, my God, please don't do that anymore.
And I can tell, obviously, when you get frustrated with and you see those little ones. I take over most of the time. Give a little color there.
I
when
do
Stu bites his tongue, that's usually when you can know for those listeners at home.
But you're awesome at that, because the truth of the matter is you have to be able to look through, have beyond the looking glass here on
in more ways than one, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, now that with COVID mitigations back here and what we're doing with some of the players, we're obviously locked into these fish bowls. I mean, they're three-sided fish bowls, so yeah,
like the highlight fronton of fish bowls. We only got 3 walls here, right? Yes, more highlight jokes. I had the whole weekend to work on the dad jokes, but the whole week rather.
You apparently got a good night's sleep too. I mean, you're rested. You're
ready to go.
But you still haven't shaved the mustache.
Still haven't shaved the mustache. Interestingly enough, I don't know how this happened, but there was a phase where everyone was saying it's negative, and now it's back. I don't know. It's kind of like a couple styles. They're popular in the 80s. Now styles are back. It's just a fluctuation. The mustache is back for Andrew now.
So people like this.
They didn't at first, but now I'm getting a lot more compliments on it. It's a little full.
Here, wait. Let me not be negative. Let me not be negativistic. Andrew, how do you feel about the mustache?
As I said on the last broadcast, I think that was Sunday, I was getting closer to shaving it, but now no chance. I'm keeping this until the end. No, until the end of it.
Wow.
That's why they were talking about getting a little announcer cam up here, Stu, and I don't think the people at home want to see it. I don't think the people at home. Yeah, I mean we both got the facial hair. Stu's looking good. Got the full beard. I'll be growing that out. So hopefully you guys won't get a look.
Gray beard.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes until we start playing Game 2. This is a reminder of the scratch. Game 2, post 8. We're scratching El Barba. El Barba is replaced by number 24, Cool Fitness. Game 2, post 8. Scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with Cool Fitness.
And a standout, just looking here at Game 2, standout. Obviously, we talk about the importance of those post positions, playing in the top post positions. Just meaning, you come up first and you can run out that first run, and you also come back first, meaning you get that first opportunity to get those double points. You see Ikeda in the red of post 1. Obviously, a terrific week last week as we started the broadcast. He's got 10 wins and a very, very helpful post position for him. Obviously, for those people playing along, watching, or wagering on it, that is someone definitely to watch in this first game, but a ton of talent here in Game 2. We mentioned this is sort of the middle class of games. You have some of the upper tier players and some of those middle tier players as well in this second game.
Did you say middle class?
Middle class, middle tier? What did I say? Middle class?
We're
middle class of players, lower class.
There's only highlight. That's it.
We're all highlight players. Yeah, we're all family. Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, we observe no class distinctions here. None. I always knew you were elitist. I figured you would. I figured you would.
Oh boy.
No, I did.
We're not going down the rabbit hole. Oh boy. But let's get that clock moving. It's 1, 0, 0.
Such an elitist. He even wants to manipulate time to get out of it quicker.
Oh boy.
Wow. Less than a minute to go until we begin game number 2. Final reminder: the scratch Game 2 post 8. Scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with Cool Fitness. We are ready to begin game number 2, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, number 23, Ikeda. Receiving in the blue of post 2, number 37, Tennessee. Our first matchup of the second game, Ikeda serves Tennessee. Ikeda serves. We begin. Game 2. Tennessee with a strong backhand to the inside. Ikeda goes to the floor to make the rebote. Missed it. Point 2. Two is now serving to the white shirt of post 3, Diaz. Nice backhand. Stays on the wall. Tennessee going for it on the forehand. Diaz, that's a forehand rebote. Tennessee again, somehow using that right side. Point 2. He tried to get out of the way. Tennessee, you may now get up and serve. You tried to get out of the way, but he still went for the ball and missed it. Your point.
As we talk about Tennessee being one of the nicest guys out there, Stu, you see, he feels bad for Diaz there, got in his way and cost him the point.
Here's post 4, Anderluck. Powerful backhand by Anderluck, scores, point 4. Our next matchup has Anderluck serving to the black shirt of post 5. Ben. Great serve by Anderluck, goes all the way to the forehand, behind the 12 line. Strong backhand throw by Ben, low to the rebote. Nice save by Anderluck. Carom by Ben, off the court. That's out of play, point 5. Reminder that the lines on the court similar to tennis. Got to keep it within the lines. Next matchup, Anderluck serving. Yellow shirt at post 6, Vuelo. Another big serve by Anderluck. Got Vuelo behind the 13 line. Anderluck from the forehand. Vuelo tries the 2-all. Anderluck scooped it up. Blasts this one. Second bounce, it scores. Point 4.
That's a really good shot there for Anderluck. Threw it really hard and it crossed that sidewall ring. And folks, we're going back. Fixing the score here one moment.
We will fix the scoreboard right there for serve 7. There we go. It's a question of pressing the right button. There's the forehand rebote for Anderluck. Here's Bueno. Anderluck takes it in the air. Strong backhand throw. Picked off, but not held on to by Bueno. Point 4. Our last matchup of the first round has Anderluck serving to the purple shirt of post 8. Cool Fitness. He'll complete the first round of play. What a catch by Anderluck. Powerful forehand follows. That's the scoop by Cool Fitness. Anderluck now on the backhand. Nice and hard. Out to the rebote. The rebound play for Cool Fitness.
Wow.
Soft touch on the rebote. Anderluck's there. Anderluck blasts the cortada to score. Point 4.
And what's that cortada, Stu?
That is a cortada thrown low and hard just above the pad from the forehand, usually to the inside. Possible game point for Anderluck. He serves the returning one post, Ikeda. What a serve by Anderluck. Good catch by Ikeda. Hard throw. Ikeda's there. Anderluck with a tip ball first time round, point 1. That was an excellent straight 5 points for post 4 Anderluck. Nice opening. Play continues. One on the board with 2 points, serving to post 3 Diaz. Diaz got a piece of the side wall. Ikeda's there. Great catch by Diaz on the backhand. Carom by Ikeda scores. Point 1.
It's a great shot from Ikeda. Saw Diaz was a little out of position, stuck to the inside, threw that Carom. That scores perfectly into the side netting.
It's one of the goals that we work for. Throw the ball where your opponent is not. Here's post 2, Tennessee receiving. Strong backhand by Tennessee. Rebote forehand by Robote hooked to the pad, point 2. Two's on the board with 4 points. Our next matchup has Tennessee serving to Ben in the black shirt of post 5. Ben pulls the ball from the side wall. Tennessee goes wall-to-wall. This Robote's kicking way out. 2-all Robote by Ben. Nice changeup. There's the hard throw by Tennessee to score from the forehand, point 2. That gives Tennessee 6 points and a possible game point. This matchup has Tennessee serving for the game, 2. Vuelo in post 6. Catch by Tennessee. Hard backhand. Vuelo, nice Robote from the left side. Vuelo with a good catch at the 9 line. It's kind of a carom, but it still scores. Point 2. Point 6, rather. Play continues. 6 serves to post 7, Bueno. Bueno on the backhand. Hard to the inside. Vuelo on the run. This is on the wall. That is a tough Robote 2-turn. Cortada scores from the forehand of Bueno. Point 7. Seven serves to post 8. Returning to the court. Cool Fitness. Scoop by Bueno. Scores. Point 7. That puts 7 on the board with 4 points, but returning with 5 and possible game is Anderluck. Anderluck, powerful forehand to the inside. Robote coming out. Bueno. Put the Robote on the pad, point and game to the green shirt of post 4, Anderluck. 4 wins it. 2 comes in second. That's Tennessee. This is a playoff for 3rd place. 1 serves to 7. That's Ikeda and Bueno for 3rd place. That's a chula. We got to call it what it is. Ball went into the crack, did not come out for the Robote. That gives 3rd place to post 7, Bueno. Unofficial order of finish for game 2, 4-2-7. Coming in first, post 2, Tennessee. Taking second, coming in first, post 4, Anderluck. Almost had a perfect game there. Taking second, post 2, Tennessee. Coming in third, in the pink shirt of post 7 is Bueno. 4-2-7 is the official order of finish for game 2. And we're waiting for these prices. We had Anderluck close to a perfect game there. Yeah. He came out firing his forehand, and one of the most unique things about that is that whether you're right-handed or left-handed, everybody plays Jai-Alai right-handed. He's left-handed, and left-handed players typically have an advantage on left-side throws. So on the backhand, on another throw called the costado, often the Robote. Anderluck learned early on to play aggressively with that forehand, and it still serves him so well, and it's beautiful to watch. So our 4-2-7 is the result from game 2. The $2 Quinella 2-4 returns 26.40. Look at that trifecta. Getting up there. Good to see. Trifecta 427. It's good to see. I'm raving about it, and then it disappears from the screen, and there we go. 439.80. And up next, we have the first doubles game of the 2020 season. We were able to get through our first week with our mitigation here in the back going well, people not tripping over each other, being able to maintain social distancing in their dressing areas. So we brought doubles in. Doubles are certainly exciting.
Yes.
But before we get into doubles, I believe we have a video.
We have a new video for everyone at home. This one titled Winning and Losing. It's really good. I got a preview of it. Everyone at home, take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
So, a video that even talks about strategy. Catch the ball and throw it. No, it's actually a lot more than that. The primary strategy is to throw the ball where your opponent's not. But that all begins with the catch.
Yeah.
And this gets back to what I was talking about earlier in terms of it's good insight to be able to talk to you about training the players.
Right.
Because it all begins with the catch. And training someone to catch, there is no, you set it up, you work on the posture, you work on the form, and that's really it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they got to come out here and they got to make the plays. They got to get the focus, and it's really just it's a simple game, but the mental part of it is, as we mentioned last week, is really one of the most difficult parts of it.
A game of inches.
Yes,
it is a game of inches.
Absolutely.
Want to talk about doubles?
Let's get into these doubles. I'm looking at these teams here. Exciting. I love doubles. I don't know about you.
You're one of the most enthusiastic people I've met, so no, seriously, we could play like halves. I don't know what that is, but we could play like halves. We'd be like, I love halves. Halves is great.
You know what? You always got to be positive for people at home. You keep the fans interested, keep everyone happy. You got to be upbeat about it. But in all seriousn's, doubles is fun.
Talk to me in 30 years. We'll see what you have. We'll see where you stand.
But I will back it up by saying there's a little more action in these doubles. 4 guys on the court as opposed to 2. So a lot more people flying around, people moving. So there'll just be a lot more action, a little more chaotic, and that's usually what the fans want to see: fun, chaotic, people moving around. So hope you enjoy your first taste of doubles action 2020. And as we're looking at these teams, got a couple interesting pairings just on paper, Stu, here. I'm looking in Game 3, the purple team of Post 8, and actually Pink's Post 7 as well, the team of Diaz and Anderluck, and the team of Tennessee and Bueno. Just off the bat, those teams look like they're going to be in for a really solid doubles championship. I believe the team of Tennessee and Bueno, they were paired up in that first doubles tournament last year. I went back through the standings, and they did in fact play together in last year's doubles, so there's a bit of familiarity between those guys, so probably going to be a big advantage for that team, as a couple of these guys may have never played together, obviously might have practiced together. And an interesting thing about Magic City is you mentioned usually players have front court and back court distinction in doubles, but here we don't still. So you'll see a couple of guys rotating around. We'll switch up the pairings, and these teams will last through, we have the date here, June 27th, this first doubles tournament. So from now until June 27th, these will be the teams, not including a couple of the scratches, that we have. Obviously, El Barba and Jedden are both out today, scratched. So Ben typically plays with El Barba, and Cool Fitness will usually play with Jedden. They're replaced today for the scratches.
And that's with $10,000 on the line. $10,000 for first, $5,000 for second.
Yes.
And that is in addition to the per-game prize money every time the players bet. 1, 2, 3, speak. Every time the players play, wins are worth $100. Second place finishes are worth $50. Third place finishes are worth $25. And then for the big champions at the end of the year, so the person who's accumulated the most singles wins, that's a $15,000 payday, plus the doubles wins. So that plus their base salary. One question that frequently comes up is how much do high players make? But it really depends on how they play. There's a base salary that they get paid weekly, plus benefits associated with that. And then every time they come in first, second, or third, it's $100, $50, or $25 with big prizes to be paid for the championships. It is possible for a player to earn over $100,000 a year. Again, in terms of professional sports, it's on the low end of professional sports, but as far as highlight, not a bad way to make a living.
Absolutely not. Playing a sport, coming out here, competitive. You got this whole brotherhood, family atmosphere that a lot of the guys talk about. Certainly a good way to spend your Thursday morning, afternoon.
We have two scratches that we have to announce in Game 3. Game 3, post 3. In the front court, you're going to scratch El Barba. El Barba is going to be replaced by Vuelo. Again, Vuelo and Ben is not the team, but that is not the team that's going to be playing through the 27th, but they're going to be playing together in this game. So that's Game 3, post 3. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Vuelo. Game 3, post 6. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Rock. Game 3, post 6. Jedden, replace Jedden with Rock, and this will also be Rock's professional debut for our 2020 season. He's obviously been with us the first 2 years. He's not playing singles this year. He's limited to doubles play only. He will be teamed up with Ron when Ron gets back into the rotation. However, for now, he's substituting, and that gives us 1 minute till post.
And a great story about Rock in the Magic City Hustle, a documentary about our play here, sort of the idea how we got started. Rock actually played football at the University of Miami. You know, Dwayne Johnson, the original Rock, Rock on our roster was the Rock at Miami before Dwayne Johnson. That was one of the most interesting stories that I took from that. So they knew each other. They both played on the same team. The Rock, obviously, big actor, celebrity. I mean, he's the Rock, Stu. How about that?
Rock is our celebrity.
Absolutely.
And that will take us to post time. Time to begin game number 3. This is a spectacular 7 doubles match, meaning all points will double after the first round of play. 2 people on each team. Serving in the red shirts, post 1, we have Fred and Ikeda. Receiving the blue, post 2, Asier and Kubala. Fred serves. We begin game 3, our first doubles game of the 2020 season. Ikeda dropped the ball on the left side. Point 2. 2, first up on the board in our third game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3. Substituting for El Barba as Vuelo. In the backcourt receiving is Ben. Ben on the backhand, low and hard. Kubala's there. Good catch by Asier in the front court. He goes deep. Asier with a good catch on the forehand. Mid-court placement. Gonna score for Asier. Well thrown, point 2. Now receiving. Green shirts of post 4. Juice and Carballo. That's an underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That fell short of the 4. This point goes to the 4. 4 serves with the black shirts of post 5. Lamonte and Douglas receive. Douglas opens up on the backhand. Strong throw. Carballo on the rebote. Douglas from the 9 line. Forehand rebote. Good catch by Lamonte. Puts it back inside. Here's Carballo. Douglas hustles to make the catch. Over the top he comes. Big bounce. Picada stopped, but not held on to. Picada, the big bounce, will score .5. Lamonte and Douglas will now serve in this next matchup to the yellow shirts of post 6, Rock and Cool Fitness. It's a good serve by Lamonte. Good catch by Cool Fitness. Lamonte sends it back. Caught by Cool Fitness. Douglas from the forehand. Douglas on the backhand. Cool Fitness had it, dropped it. .5. Ball was coming in hot. In and out of the cesta it went. That'll bring up pink shirts of post 7. We have Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. Excellent catch by Lamonte. Lamonte going for a shot that missed. Good catch. .7.
That's just a great idea from Anderluck there on the inside, throwing that carom. That's a really tough shot. Good point for the pink team.
Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8. Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno sends it back. Anderluck reaches up. Tennessee now on the forehand from the 11 line. Anderluck alone for the rebote. Here's Bueno. Anderluck from the forehand again. Low and hard to the inside. Bueno slips in to make the catch. There's the reverse. Rebote is coming out. Rebote, left side by Diaz. Bueno steps in. Anderluck now on the backhand. Goes deep. Caught by Tennessee. Tennessee on the backhand of the overhead screen. .7.
And I believe, Stu, maybe one of the first Machu Picchu victims of the day there. Affectionately call that upper netting here Machu Picchu, relative to its height, of course.
First rounds complete, all points scored or double through the end of the game. Here's post 1, Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda from the forehand. Anderluck, quick pickup on the forehand. Long carom thrown off the court. .1.
Anderluck's really good at a couple of those kill shots, but he gets a tendency to throw a couple in a row. That first one obviously went in. That went a little wide of the court there.
This matchup has Fred serving to the white shirts of post 3, Vuelo and Ben. It's a good serve by Fred. Nice hard and inside. That clipped the side wall, but Ikeda got it. Vuelo with a tip ball at the 6 line. .1. That'll bring back the blue shirts, Asier and Kubala in post 2. The matchup, Fred serving, Asier and Kubala. Another good serve by Fred. Kubala hard to the inside. Rebote missed. .2. That puts 2 on the board with 4 points. Our next doubles matchup has Asier serving to the green shirts of post 4, Juice and Carballo. Kubala going to make the save, just missed. .4. 4 on the board with 3 points. Here's post 6. Receiving now in the yellow shirts, the team of Rock and Cool Fitness. That clipped the side wall. Carballo's got it on the forehand. Ball tipped, point 4. That gives us our first doubles possible game point here for green shirts at post 4. Juice and Carballo trying to stop them. Lamonte and Douglas. It's a hard throw. Robote coming out. Juice on the run. Juice missed the Robote, point 5.
And Juice found himself at a really good position there. All he needed to do was throw it off that front wall. Unfortunate there. Kind of hooked it into the pad.
Play continues. Lamonte serving to the purple shirts of post 8. Bueno in Tennessee. Another good serve by Lamonte. Here's Tennessee. Great catch by Douglas. Hard backhand. Robote for Bueno. Douglas missed the ball midcourt, point 8.
Man, very uncharacteristic mistake there for Douglas, but that shows you just the slightest, if you're off by the slightest margin. It's the difference between winning and losing that point, Stu.
Now receiving post 7. The pink shirts. Diaz and Anderluck. Powerful throw by Anderluck. Scores, point 7. Diaz is now serving to the white shirts of post 3. Wello and Ben. Wello goes for the serve, rifles it. What a scoop by Anderluck. Here's Ben from the 10 line. Anderluck going for a scoop. Need to catch that ball in the air. Try to. Point 3. Here's post 1. Fred and Ikeda. Underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7. That fell short of the 4. This point goes to post 1. That puts 1 on the board with possible game point, trying to stop them. Asier and Kubala. Great serve by Fred. Will score. Point and game to the red shirts of post 1. Fred and Ikeda. 1 wins it. 4 comes in second. 5, 7, and 2 will play off for third place. 5 first serves to 7. Again, 3 teams playing off for third place. Lamonte and Douglas. First serve, 2. Diaz and Anderluck. Over serve. Possible show point. Third place finish possible here for the 7. Trying to stop them on Sierra Kubala. It's a good serve by Diaz. Here's Kubala. Anderluck from the forehand. Powerful throw to the inside. Picked up by Kubala. Nice backhand by Kubala. Anderluck from the 13 line. Robote to the outside. Diaz is on it. Cortada thrown by Diaz will score. That's beautiful. Point and a third place finish for the pink shirts of post 7. Diaz and Anderluck. Unofficial order finish 1, 4, 7. Your prices will be up in a moment.
And closing it out again, Stu, a perfect example of a cortada. That word of the week for this week, the low, hard forehand that's from the right side, just above the pad. Beautiful execution there for Diaz. Earning a little money for the pink team, post 7.
And we'll have our prices in just a moment from Game 4. $2 quinella. That's first and second in any order. 1-4 returning $34. The trifecta. 1-4-7 returning $176 even. And look at that show price. $22.80 for a $2 bet. Someone decided to bet one to come in first, second, or third. Third. Good for you. Up next, let's go back to singles. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. All points will double after the round of play. Game 4, we have no scratches. That's a shocker.
How about that?
I know. Neither Jedden nor El Barba were scheduled to play, therefore there's no reason to scratch them from the game. So everyone is playing as they were supposed to in Game 4. Game 4 does begin the Pick 3. Pick 3 wager, just like it sounds. Pick the winners of Games 4, 5, and 6. And once again, as we like to say, we read prices and talk about quinellas, and trifectas, but wagering absolutely not necessary in order to enjoy all the highlight action. But it might enhance it if you're so inclined.
And Stu, speaking of enjoying that highlight action, I don't know about you. I don't want to go back singles. That doubles action was pretty exciting. How about that? First dose of the year. For those people watching at home, obviously you saw a lot of movement. Every time a player on the same team makes a throw, those guys get out of the way. So obviously you've played the game a little bit. Can you talk a little bit more about maybe the strategy of doubles a little bit? Maybe when the front quarter should take the ball, when the back quarter should take the ball, when to pick it out of the air. You saw a lot of movement, a lot of catches, a lot of running around. Sort of just simplify it a little bit for the viewers over there, Stu, if you would.
The goal is still ultimately the same, and the rules are the same with doubles. So you have to get the ball in between the lines. It only can touch the floor once. If it comes off the back wall, it has to be caught and thrown in one motion. But the difference in doubles is you have 2 players that are able to do it on one team. There's no specific order other than the front quarter who has to serve. It's really... Yep. Every now and then you'll hear a commotion from the back. Now, you see, if this was last year, I'd be screaming my head off or blowing a whistle or something, telling people. I might even use the F word to tell them to be quiet, which I know we
Sundays,
should.
of course.
I know we should. Never on a Sunday. Never on a Sunday. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by whoever.
Whoever it may be.
Any team member, either the front quarter or back quarter, who has the easiest play on the ball can go for it. Mm-hmm. A couple things, though. Serving is a little bit different. In singles, you want to serve it deep into the box, try to bury your opponent in the corner. In doubles, that front quarter, the opposing front quarter standing in the box, can take that serve. So you do want to try to keep that serve away from that front quarter, which usually means trying to cross the ball. That's why you should never, under any circumstances, see an underserve in singles.
Right.
But it is possible to see an underserve in doubles because you're doing something a little different to keep the ball away from that front quarter.
Right.
So as far as who should play it, it's whoever's got the easier catch. You should never, realistically, a front quarter should not be scooping the ball, especially here.
Yeah.
Especially here. Traditional highlight or otherwise. Front quarters just should not be scooping the ball if the back quarter has an easy play on it. So little things like that are subtly different.
Absolutely. Yeah. And obviously, folks, the standings for those singles and doubles play are kept separate. Ikeda with 10 singles wins. He picked up another win there. But those will be kept separate. And again, the single standings are determined by wins. So obviously, every win you get 1 point added to that total points on the year. Ikeda with 10 wins in singles. That was our first doubles game of the year. And Ikeda back in the winner's circle, proving he can do it both singles and doubles. How about Fred, the doubles specialist, last year taking, I believe, took first place in that first doubles tournament. Nice bonus prize with Carballo. That was the 2019 season. And then Fred, in the third and finals doubles tournament, I believe he took second place. So Fred, 2 out of the 3 doubles tournaments last year, he was in the money, taking the first doubles game for 2022. And that is why he is dubbed the doubles specialist. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, as Sue just mentioned, we have game number 4. Game 4, the start of the Pick 3. Just pick 3 numbers, the winners of games 4, 5, and 6. If you get all those correct, you're in for a nice bonus payout. And you'll see the odds for those payouts after game number 6. But if you do wager on it, don't throw out those tickets if you have one loser, because if someone does not get all 3 of those winners, there are obviously some consolations with those bets. So for those of you that are doing that, make sure to keep your eye out for those prices coming up at the end of game 6.
And we're just about 1 minute away from post in game number 4. We're going to begin game 4 in just a minute.
And again, Stu, the brothers Joseph still looking, well, obviously Fred got the first win in doubles, looking for their first singles win still of this year. Juice in the blue of post 2, Fred in the black shirt of post 5. Everyone else playing in this game on the board with at least one singles win of 2020. The clock's at 0 minutes. Stu's ready to get the play-by-play for game 4. Stu?
And we're ready to begin game number 4. Spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, all points, double after the first round of play. Our first matchup of the 4th game has Ikeda, as Lamonte rather, in the red shirt of post 1, serving to the blue shirt of post 2. Juice. Lamonte serves. Game 4 has begun. The hard throw by Juice. That scores point 2. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3, our next matchup. Second matchup for the 4th game has Juice serving to Tennessee. Juice needed to try to catch that one in the air. Way too difficult to Robote to try to make, especially try to throw a shot off of. Bold choice, though. Point 3. Here's post 4. The green shirt, CRB. Ball missed off the serve. Point 3.
Another example of the serve. You don't need to have the fastest serve there. Just needs to cross the wall at the right spot. Good serve there for Tennessee. Gets him the point.
Here's Fred. Fred from the forehand. Low and hard. Stopped by Tennessee. Tennessee from the forehand. Looking to get the big bounce. Got Fred under the bridge, and that scores. Point 3. Our next matchup has Tennessee serving to Assier in the yellow shirt of post 6. Tennessee makes the 2-all. Here's Assier. Assier with a 3-wall play. Tennessee goes to the ground.
Yes.
I'll tell you, it's not particularly pretty, but it's very effective. Way to keep that ball in play. Here's Assier. Tennessee, wind up. There's the throw. And a catch by Assier. Assier now goes deep. Here's the Robote, the rebound play. Picked up by Assier. Carom by Assier scores. Beautifully thrown by Assier. Point 6.
And Tennessee even giving him a round of applause there through the cesta. Great point between those two players.
This matchup is between Assier serving to the pink shirt of post 7, Cool Fitness. Low and hard to the inside. Aussier with a good catch. Nice backhand. That scores point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post date number 29, Vuelo. Strong reverse. Point 8.
And folks, you see sometimes those players go for it on the front end. So long as they do not tip it, they are allowed to play the rebote off that back wall.
Absolutely. It's one of the advantages of this court, is balls coming out. The first round of play is complete. All matchups are now double through, or worth 2 points now through the end of the game. Willow serves to post 1. First to return in the second round is Lamonte. Ball missed off the serve, point 8. Now receiving. Blue of post 2, Juice. There's a hard throw by Juice. Juice again. Willow from the 9 line. Juice plays this one. Willow catches it in the air. Juice goes to the floor, hooks the rebote, point 8.
And Juice throwing his body all over the court today, Stu. Showing a lot of effort.
Possible game point here for the purple shirt at post 8. Willow trying to stop him. CRB. And one of the things that we do is try to observe mitigation. As part of mitigation efforts, we have gloves worn on the hand that touches the ball. So, something else that we're adding.
And sometimes those gloves rip.
Sometimes they rip. Overserve. Overserve. Four now serves. 2. Tennessee in post 3. That's another overserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That went past the 7. Point 3. Possible game point for Tennessee here in post 3. Trying to stop him. Cool Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to make a correction with the scoreboard. Bear with us.
And folks that are joining us over the live stream, give us a minute here. We are fixing the scoreboard. Had a technical issue. We'll be back with live action in just a few moments here.
And we're ready to come back. A little correction to the scoreboard. Brings us right where we still need to be. 3 serving 7. We're good to go, Tennessee. Thank you. Possible game point for the 3. Big reverse by Cool Fitness. Ball missed. That's point and game to the white shirt of post 3, Tennessee. 3 wins it. 8 comes in second. 6, 4, and 5 will play off for third place. 6 first serves to 4. Catch by CRB. Here's Asier. Tip ball, midcourt, point 4. Possible third place finish here for CRB. Trying to stop him, Fred. Ball missed. Point 5. We'll turn him around now. 5 serves 4. Good pickup by CRB. Hard throw to the inside. Fred can't hold on. Point and show, which is third place to post 4 CRB. Unofficial order finish is 3-8-4. Your prices will be up in just a moment. And the results are official. Coming in first, post 3, Tennessee. Taking second, post 8, Vuelo. Coming in third, post 4, CRB. And we had our first example of a distraction mistake. I was distracted by Vuelo and the glove in that game, and then wound up, just after that happened, put up the wrong point on the board. Fortunately, we have a check and balance system here to make sure that the scorekeeping is correct, and was called out. We stopped the game, adjusted the point by point, got back to where we needed to be. All is well.
Made the adjustment, and we're here to play some more highlight.
Yeah, fortunately we don't see those mistakes often. When we do, we try to correct them as quickly as possible. Most important thing is correcting them before these prices go up. And there are your prices from the fourth game. The Quinella 3-8, $49.50. The trifecta 3-8-4, $226.60. First number for today's pick 3, the number 3. And we continue. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. It's the second of our 3 doubles games in today's performance. Next game is played 2 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. That's spectacular 7 scoring. 2 scratches in game 5. Game 5, post 2, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with 0-0 rock. Game 5, post 2. Did I say game 2, post 5 before? Don't know. Sometimes I screw that up. But game 5, post 2. Scratch the backcourt Jedden, replace Jedden with rock. Also in game 5, down in post 8, scratch El Barbo, replace El Barbo with Anderluck. Game 5, post 8. Scratch El Barbo, replace El Barbo with Anderluck. And as we prepare to begin Game 5, so, Andrew, occasionally those mistakes happen. It's realistically, it's a function of the point happens and the point's assigned. The point's assigned by myself or you,
right,
when you're doing it, pressing one button or another. And if it's not brought to our attention right then and there, it can get into the problem. So I got a text message from someone saying, get your shit together, and the players were yelling. And so a lot of times what happens is that you'll look at it and you'll freeze.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, what's screwed up?
Get that beating in your chest.
Exactly. We talked about that last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. So, but in this case, we just simply stop the action, talk to the player manager who's got point by point, and we go point by point and get it back. So, that's enough talk about the mistake in scoring. That was corrected. We have 5 minutes till we begin Game 5, the second doubles game. And now that the first doubles game is under everybody's belt, that we should notice a little, when the first throw of the day, the first time you step out on the court, whatever, there's always a little bit of tension, always a little bit of stiffness.
Right.
And clearly these are the first time that some of these doubles teams are playing with each other, so there's some potential apprehension where that's concerned. But realistically, now that they've got one under their belt, from this point forward, should become a lot easier in terms of, getting to the ball, hopefully, but if nothing else, communication between the front court and back court.
Right, and you mentioned those growing pains in our last season, 2019, that third and finals doubles tournament. Team of CRB and Bradley was way behind, actually, almost kind of out of it, really. Made an unprecedented comeback, flew up into second place. And that shows you that in doubles, you can really get on a run. If you're a hot team, unlike, obviously we've seen in singles Ikeda with 10 wins, but these doubles teams, a lot of confidence, a lot of communication, and that was really the key. They were playing great, they were confident, and really you could tell just from their attitude stepping out on the court. This team of CRB and Bradley were referring to last year, they were just confident. They knew that they were going to go out there and really had a chance to compete in every single one of those games, and it's really the mindset of knowing that you can beat all of these guys out there, and no team is a giant, if you will. All these teams are very even, and anyone can get on a run at any point, as we mentioned. Jai-Alai's a game of runs, It's all, as we said, it's mental, so once you get one under your belt, you can keep it going and keep it rolling.
It's definitely mental. One of the things we've talked about is that if you hold the ball in the cesta, you'll see that there's a margin of error of about a half inch on either side, and that's there's nothing highly technical about that. Literally, just hold the ball up in the middle of the cesta, and you'll see you got about a half inch on either side of the ball if it's held right there. So it's a question of a ball moving at you, sometimes as slow as 20, 30 miles an hour, sometimes as fast as 110 miles an hour out here.
Right.
And so it's getting the timing, and it's also, as someone made the comparison, it's like catching a ball in a baseball glove that you can't close.
Right.
So you literally got to get the timing and also got to get the give of the wrist when the ball comes in. And that's not something that you consciously think about. In the beginning you do, about one of the drills that we do is basically say raw egg. I haven't used raw eggs because that would get messy.
Right.
Yeah, that would get really messy, but it's like catching it like it's a raw egg. When the ball comes in, you have to cushion it. Originally start off with a lot of arm, sometimes even buckling your knees to get the cushion, and then you can actually do it all with your wrist. But that's something that comes with time. How much time? Depends on the player. So there's so many things going on in Jai-Alai that realistically, if you're off, if you're thinking about someone who cuts you off on the drive to work, if you're thinking about
anything,
if you're thinking about a pain in your left foot or your arm's been bothering you, anything that distracts you from concentration, clearly, just like in any sport, can really affect you in Jai-Alai.
Yeah, and one player that's really good at keeping his emotions under check. You never see him get too high, get too low. The guy that doesn't have a win under his belt is Bueno, and he's a great example for fans out there. He goes out there and he never gets frustrated. He's having a bad day or a great day. You can never really tell with him. And obviously one of the second-generation players on our team. His father was a great player, and something that he really took from him is that mental aspect of the game. And I was editing his player profile the other day. That's a big part of it for him. He tells a lot of these guys, you can't get frustrated out there because someone could be having just as bad of a day as you are, or someone could be just a little bit better. And and he said both sides of the coin, that could happen one day. So that's why, in highlight, you'd really want to keep it as emotionless as possible. You never want to get too high, too low, because it can all come crashing down or, spark right back up in a hurry.
No question about it. We have 1 minute till we begin Game 5. Final reminder of our scratches. We have 2 scratches in the 5th game. Game 5, post 2 in the backcourt. Scratch Rock, or rather scratch Jed and replace Jed with Rock. Game 5, post 8, scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with Anderlecht. Game 5, post 8, scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with Anderlecht. I'll tell you something. The best thing about those mistakes, in scoring, is I'll be good now probably for the next month.
It's kind of second nature after a while, and then you do it. Then one happens, and you're a little paranoid the rest of the time for a while. So
no, I'll be watching.
We'll be good.
We'll be watching carefully before anybody leaves this court and make sure that the right person has the score.
Definitely.
And we are ready to begin game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points with all points doubling after the first round of play. Our first matchup of the 5th game. CRB and Vuelo with CRB serving to the blue of post 2, Cool Fitness, and substituting for Jedden is Rock. CRB serves. Game 5 has begun. Catch by Cool Fitness. Vuelo from the 12 line. Ball tipped by Cool Fitness, point 1. 1 first up on the board in our 5th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts at post 3. Our next matchup has CRB serving 2, Douglas and Lamonte. Douglas with a strong backhand throw. Rebote for CRB. Another strong throw by Douglas. CRB at the side wall. Douglas pounds another one. CRB got it. Douglas got it. Puts up a carom. That scores. What a carom that was. What made it a strong carom was cutting. Cut out real close to the front wall. Wow. Nice pickup by Douglas. Point 3. Here are the green shirts at post 4. Asier and Kubala receive. Karam scores for Kubala, point 4. Our next matchup has Asier serving to the black shirts of post 5, Juice and Carballo. Carballo opens up on the backhand, high and hard to the back wall. Rebote by Asier. Great catch by Kubala. There's the reverse. Rebote by Carballo. Carballo again. Beautiful rebote. Nice catch by Kubala. Forehand rebote missed at the side wall. Point 4. Four is now serving to the yellow shirts of post 6. We have Fred and Ikeda. Over serve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. Point 6. Our next matchup has Fred serving to the pink shirts of post 7, Bueno and Tennessee. It's a good serve by Fred. Keeps it away from the front quarter. Tennessee's got it on the forehand. Here's Ikeda. Nice throw from the 12 line. Bueno, forehand rebote. Ikeda from the 12 line again. Tennessee now comes in with a strong backhand. Catch by Ikeda. Tennessee. This one clips the wall. Ikeda's got it. Bueno winds up. Throws a 2-all wide. Got to land in those lines. It can go side wall, front wall, floor, and out, but it's got to hit inside the line. That hit outside the line, lost a point. 0.6. Here now to complete the first round and receive purple shirts at post 8. Anderluck and Ben. A hard reverse by Ben. And that's the problem with hanging out in the corner.
It looks like he caught.
It wound up in the cesta?
Wow.
Did it?
He caught that. We might need a I know we could do the replays in the. Wow.
That's impressive. Better than catching it in your back. Absolutely.
In the vertebrae, absolutely.
Point gate.
Wow.
8. First round's complete. Points are double. Here's post 2. Rock and Cool Fitness. Anderluck on the reverse. Cool Fitness with a hop makes the catch. Anderluck midcourt on the forehand. That's a cortada. Stop by Cool Fitness. Wow. Anderluck again. Juggling on the catch. You have to catch and stop the ball in the cesta. Anderluck bobbled it after he caught it. Loss of point. This point goes to the 2.
Man, this game's so quick. You get more used to those juggling holding calls, the more you watch it, Stu. That one definitely slipped out of his cesta a little bit.
Red shirts at post 1 receive. CRB and Wello. Wello, outside placement. Cool Fitness going to the floor to try to make that rebote. Missed. Point 1. One is on the board with 3 points and serving 2. The white shirts at post 3 returning now. We have Lamonte and Douglas. A hard throw by Douglas. That scores. 3 on the board with 3 points. Here's post 5. The black shirts receive. This matchup has Lamonte serving to Juice and Carballo. Lamonte, forehand rebote. Carballo with a hop. Throws the carom into the pad. Point 3. Possible game point for the white shirts of post 3. Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Asier and Kubala. Another good serve by Lamonte. Here's Kubala. Douglas takes it in the air. Hard throw. Scores for the win. Point and game for the white shirts of post 3. The team of Lamonte and Douglas. 3 wins it. 1 comes in second. 6, 2, and 4 will play off for third place. 6 first serves to 2. Cool Fitness on the backhand. A reverse 2-wall.
Wow.
Ikeda stopped it. Ball dropped. 0.6.
That's great movement by Ikeda to get there all the way on the outside.
Sure was. Here is a possible show point, which is the third place finish, possibly for post 6. Trying to stop them. Asier and Kubala. Kubala on the backhand. Ikeda from the forehand. Great catch by Kubala. Ikeda. Point. And third place finish for the yellow shirts of post 6, Fred and Ikeda. Unofficial order of finish 3-1-6. We'll have your prices up in just a moment. And winning our 5th game in this 9-game performance, the team of Lamonte and Douglas. Taking 2nd, CRB and Vuelo. Coming in 3rd, post 6, Fred and Ikeda. 3-1-6, the official order finish for Game 5. That gives us a $2 Quinella price, $21.80. That's 1st and 2nd in any order. The 1-3 returning $21.80. The trifecta, 3-1-6. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, $131.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 6th game. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points, all points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Game 6, post 2, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6, post 2, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6 will close today's pick 3, and post time for Game 6 just about 6 minutes away.
And of course, Stu, didn't take long for our 2019 doubles champion, overall doubles champion Douglas, with his partner Rock last year. Didn't take long for Douglas to get back in the winner's circle here in 2020 in his 2nd go at it in doubles, winning game number 5 with his partner Lamonte, as we mentioned. Lamonte, former member of the U.S. Coast Guard. How about that?
That's right. He retired and wanted to know what he was going to do with his life and said, I'd like to play Jai-Alai. How someone comes to that conclusion, I have no idea.
Absolutely.
Lamont,
great life. I mean, interesting life. But also, as I was going to say, I think you were going to go there. One of the best guys on the roster. You can speak to that much better.
Oliver Lamonte is just what a stand-up individual. Always got a good attitude, trying very hard. Realistically, last year was his first year.
Yeah.
He got through 1 year of Jai-Alai, so, you know, as we explained, most people come to professional ranks of Jai-Alai with 3 to 5 years. What's unique about Magic City is we started everybody off from scratch at one level or another, and that was 3 years ago. So the most experience anyone has in professional is 3 years. Oliver has only got a year under his belt, and also Jai-Alai's not particularly easy to pick up past. Well, for me, past 15, but you know, for a lot of it's tough to pick up in your 20s and 30s,
late in life, absolutely.
But definitely the older you get, it's definitely more complicated. But he is doing well.
Absolutely,
a good guy, real positive influence on the rest of the players. If I have a difficult time managing, they'll remain nameless, of course, but a couple players that I put them on that person's duty.
Sure.
So it's like
a pseudo player manager.
Exactly. It's like, Oliver, you're on so-and-so duty.
And now that you're here, you get to deal with a lot less of that. So Oliver a little more.
It's bliss. It's bliss.
Absolutely.
It is. This is bliss. And we have 4 minutes till we begin the 6th game. Reminder: the scratch, Game 6, post 2. Jedden's out, replaced by Ben. We have the end of the pick 3. Some nice projected payoffs coming in, including $700 plus one of the combinations. That's definitely good to see.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly think that's the biggest price of this season thus far. Yeah, $771 there for the 7 and the 5. 2 options open there. Tennessee black shirt of post 5, Lello in the pink of post 7. And this is one of those middle tier, certainly not class. We're not going to venture down that road again. Middle tier level of play.
Are you talking about class again? That's actually a line, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's out of Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
That's a little before my time.
There you go, bringing class into it again. That's what I'm going to say. Anytime you pull that class crap, that's
we're going to we'll stick with tier. But as we've been mentioning in these first couple of days, these middle tier players, think of it like baseball. Obviously, everyone is a professional, but there are different levels: single A, double A, triple A, and the major leagues. This game 6 here, think of it more like a triple A / major league type games. You have some of those top tier players and those middle tiers guys making up the roster of this 6th game.
I see your mouth moving, but I don't see anything coming out. Are you okay?
No mouth movement. Just looking at the posts here for this 6th game. This is a really interesting group. I actually like, I like to see White Post 3 CRB and the Pink Post 7 Vuelo. They're playing together in that doubles tournament. I dubbed them the team of potential in that doubles because both of those guys obviously, we'll say probably their second year. Vuelo's been dealing with injuries, for the first 2 years. CRB just started last year, one of the guys that's only been playing for a couple years. So, these guys, both very athletic. CRB played receiver at the University of Miami and Virginia Union. And interestingly, with Vuelo, he never really played a ball sport, one where he was tracking the ball. So the learning curve for him has been a little bit, steeper compared to the other players. So certainly two guys that have a lot of potential playing up, if you will, in this 6th game. So good to see them be competing, looking to get better, playing against those top-tier guys in this 6th game.
One minute till we begin our next game. And reminder, we do have 9 games in today's performance. And then after we're done today, we're going to take a little break. I brought food today. So,
how about that? I did not.
Well, because the casino's closed. I mean, they have us over here, and so the casino's closed. Unfortunately, with terms of COVID mitigation right now, hopefully we'll be open soon. But can't watch highlight, can't come into the casino either. So I did have to bring something from home, leftovers.
And what was that, Stu?
I have antipasto and leftover pizza from last night.
Absolutely,
that's right.
I love good pizza. Where'd you get it from? Any recommendations? Free advertising?
Yeah, it's actually a place right next door to my house in Weston. Del Vecchio's.
Wow, Del Vecchio's. Shout out Del Vecchio's.
Shout out to Del Vecchio's. That would be. I would be shocked if anybody was like,
Stu's going to get free Del Vecchio's? What is Del Vecchio's for life?
And thank God it's post time, so we don't have to think about anything else to talk about, including leftovers. We're ready to begin game number 6, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, with all points doubling after the first round of play. Back to singles action here, serving. Red shirt at post 1, we have Anderluck. And our first matchup is Anderluck serving to the blue at post 2, Ben. Anderluck serves. We begin game 6. Awesome serve by Anderluck, crossing the wall beautifully just before the 12 line. A lot of power. Point 1. White shirt at post 3. CRB receives. Another good serve by Anderluck. Ball goes off the tip of Anderluck's cesta at the 11 line. Point 3. Here's post 4 in the green shirt. Number 22, Bueno receives. Nice backhand throw by Bueno. Forehand rebote, thrown by CRB. CRB with a tip ball at the 10 line, point 4. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the black shirt at post 5. Tennessee. Great catch by Tennessee, pulling that ball from the side wall. Rebote forehand by Bueno. He gets out of the way. Tennessee's there. Fine effort by Bueno. Going up the wall to try to make the catch. Came down without it, though. Point 5. Tennessee now serves to the yellow shirt at post 6, number 24, Cool Fitness. Tennessee with the catch. Forehand played for big bounce. That made it to the front wall. Tennessee on the run. Fires it, and it scores. Good footwork by Tennessee to get there. 0.5. Our next matchup has Tennessee serving 2. Yellow shirt at post, rather the pink shirt at post 7. Willow. Willow clipped the sidewall again. Ball missed by Tennessee. 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8. Number 30, Diaz. Nice forehand throw by Diaz. Fuelo from the 9 line. Low carom. Stopped by Diaz. Diaz sends it over his head. Fuelo sends that forehand rebote off the court. 0.8.
Man, just ran out of space there. Good shot from Diaz, keeping it along that sidewall, making a tough rebote save for Fuelo.
That was exactly it. Proximity to the sidewall coming off. Too much. First round's complete. All points are now double. First to return in the second round. Ben. Diaz on the rebote, left side. Here's Ben from the 11 line. It's a hard forehand throw. Diaz again for the rebote. He gets it up to the front wall. Ben showing excellent hustle to get there. Powers it home from the right side. Diaz, rebote.
Again.
It's in. Here's Ben. Ben taking a little off of that backhand. Diaz gets another one in. Great catch by Diaz. Backhand. Taken in the air by Ben. Ben, wow. That grabbed a piece of the side. There's nothing you could do about that. That's a quirk of this court. Quirk's a good word for it. Basically what happens there is it catches a seam in the side wall. Scores. You can try to get to it if you can, but if you can't, that's the way the ball bounces. No pun intended. Red shirt at post 1 receives. Anderluck. Rebote forehand by Ben. Here's Anderluck at the 10 line. Sidearm carom from deep in the backcourt. Usually sidearm carom you want to throw a little closer to the front wall. Tough shot. 0.2. 2 is on the board with 4 points, serving to the returning. White shirt at post 3, CRB. There's a nice backhand by Chad. Ben, 2-all rebote. Chad returns the carom to score. That's actually CRB. What a throw. 0.3.
Oh, Chad, CRB doesn't matter there, Stu. That was a perfect carom.
Bueno receives in post 4. Over serve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That went past the 7. This point goes to Bueno in post 4. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the yellow shirt at post 6. Cool Fitness. Over serve. Again, ball's got to land between the 4 and 7. 6 gets the point. Cool Fitness will now serve to the black shirt of post 5, number 37, Tennessee. And that's an overserve. Wow. .5. Let's see if we get this one in. Tennessee serves to Vuelo. Tennessee blasting it from the forehand. It stays in play. Vuelo hung in there to try to make that rebote. Just missed it at the end. .5. That gives Tennessee possible game point here. On the court trying to stop him. Number 30, Diaz. That stayed inside and scores for the win. That is point and game, ladies and gentlemen, of the black shirt of post 5, Tennessee. 5 wins it. Ben in post 2 takes second. This is a playoff for third place between CRB and Bueno. Matchup for third place. Underserve, the dreaded underserve in singles. Oof, that's bad. Point and third place to post 4, Bueno. Unofficial order of finish, 5-4. Well, look, I like to say that it's taken us, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, taken us 5 days to get to an ugly game.
Yeah, that was a couple interesting bounces, a couple of overserves, but, you know, it happens.
Now, the court scored a nasty point. Took
a couple.
Court took a nasty point away from Diaz, and then, you know, it's by no means easy to make sure you get your serve in. However,
right.
It is mandatory.
Right.
So
if you want to play the point.
No, yeah, exactly.
If you want to sit. Yeah.
Exactly. So you got to get the ball between the 4 and 7 line, and sometimes it requires a little bit more concentration. But we do have prices from Game 6. Quinella 2-5, 65-20. Quinella 2-5, returning 65-20. The pick 3. Actually, let's take a look at that try first. The 50-cent try. Turning 62-35. However, the full try, 249. Pick 3, 335. 335, the result of today's pick 3. Returning $385.60. There's a nice payout. So, there's always hope for improvement, and we will look for some improvement in this 7th game. We're going to go back to doubles play. There continue to be 2 scratches. We have El Barba and Jedden scratched throughout today's performance. That does affect Game 7. Game 7 post 2. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with 0-0 Rock. Game 7 post 2. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Also in Game 7 post 8. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 13 Douglas. Game 7 post 8. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Douglas. Post time just about 7 minutes away. What's post time? Post time's the time that we start the game. It is interesting when other players substitute other players who are playing the tournament, because obviously we have more than 8 teams. Yeah, right. So teams have to rotate out of playing the doubles. But by the same token, we only have so many players, and they have to serve as substitutes. So we have Douglas, who actually won the last doubles game who's coming in to play as a substitute. Rock as well. Again, Rock will be part of the Ron Rock team. Ron's coming in from California.
Yeah, another new
Actually,
name.
He's hit Florida. He's driven all the way from driven all the way from.
How long's that drive? That's a couple days.
I think he did it in 3 days, I believe it was.
Good for him.
So he was making his trek. Well, it's as long to get from North Florida to South Florida as it is from California to Florida. Anyway, so yeah, no, that's not the drop. Oh, yeah. It's just that drive is like pulling teeth. It's just terrible.
Now, I've never been up to the northern part of Florida. Actually, as north as I've been is Orlando. which is really not that far. I mean,
and that's pretty common.
I didn't mean to be ignorant to Florida geography here. I'm aware that Orlando is not really in the north.
It's all right. The north of Florida doesn't really get along with the south, but they don't like us for some reason.
It's a couple of different states, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like southern Alabama or southern Georgia.
Yeah, they split it right down Orlando. Yeah, right in the middle.
And so anyone watching north of Orlando and south of Georgia signed off. Anyway, we have a few minutes to go before we begin Game 7, our last doubles game of the performance. Post time now. Just about 3 minutes away.
Point of clarity for those doubles games. Obviously, Stu, you just said we'll be switching some of the teams around when there's a scratch here and there. When a player wins a game with a player that is not their assigned partner for the doubles tournament, that win does not count towards the overall standings. Just for the point of clarification, the standings for the doubles.
It's always hard to clarify with an explanation that's more confusing than the initial. It's tough. It is. It's not you.
Right.
It's not you. It's a little tough to understand.
We'll see if we can do this better. So, yeah, in highlight, the wins have traditionally, they've been kept, together. There's not separate singles and doubles. So, to begin with, we're separating the singles and doubles, which is, one thing that obviously we do differently. We have separate singles standings that we mentioned before. Every time a player wins a singles match, singles game rather, they will get 1 point towards that season-long standing. So your win total in singles goes just towards that championship singles race. The doubles is completely separate from the singles. Meaning that, obviously, none of those wins that you have in singles will count towards your double standings. The only wins that will count for doubles
are doubles wins.
Are doubles wins with your assigned partner. And today, obviously, it's a little more confusing because of the scratches. You have the team in the blue shirt of Post 2. The blue team, Ben is playing with Rock. Well, Rock is not traditionally Ben's partner. So if Ben and Rock were to win this game, or the team of Cool Fitness and Douglas, obviously they are not partners as well with those 2 scratches, then that's just a win. The players obviously, if they win,
get the money
they get the money, but it will not count towards the standings. These teams are set in stone through June 27th, and it's the total wins of these combinations of teams. Just so people at home, obviously, if Douglas were to win, he won that game last time with his partner Lamonti. If he were to win this time, it would not count.
However, they do get the prize money per game.
Yes.
One other thing that we do differently here at Magic City Jai-Alai, which oddly enough, Jai-Alai players, traditional frontons, people who played Jai-Alai for years, when they heard about this, they went, huh? Literally, they went that.
Yeah.
It's so the prize money in games is 100, 50, 25. 100 for first, 50 for second, 25 for third. And here at Magic City Jai-Alai, in doubles games, we actually double it for the last 75 years, I guess it is. In Jai-Alai, the prize money is per game, and if you play doubles, you split it. And you actually play a lot more doubles than singles. Here, we play more singles, and when we play doubles, win is worth $200, and that, of course, is split, but $100 per player.
Right.
So that is something unique
good.
to Magic City.
Absolutely, yeah.
And our players, of course, they're saying, well, why would it be any different? It's
like, this is the way it's been done before. Why was it done that way? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the other way was wrong.
It's a millennial thing. Yeah, we're always
Here
right,
we go. We're back to the we're back to them.
I think these guys may actually, some of them may be more millennials.
More millennial than you?
If that's
They
possible.
have more millennial blood?
Well, more millennial, in reality, or just personality type. I don't know if that's possible.
No, you definitely have an old parimutuel soul. You do. You definitely do. And that's a compliment.
No, trust me, Stu. I've been working for that reputation for a while, so I'm glad that
glad
that we got it on the air.
But you don't bitch very well. Because old parimutuel enthusiasts, you got to get the why is this like this, and why is that like that, and why would you do it this way, and you're wrong, and he's an idiot.
New attitude to an old game.
New attitude towards an old game. That's good. With 1 minute till post. 1 minute to our next doubles. Final reminder of our scratches. Game 7, post 2. Scratch El Barbo, replace El Barbo with Rock. Game 7, post 8. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Douglas. We are ready to begin game number 7, a spectacular 7. Doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts of post 1. Bueno and Tennessee receiving in the blue of post 2, Rock and Ben. Bueno serves. Game 7 has begun. Low, hard reverse. Point 2. Here's post 3. Here's post 3. The white shirts. Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck, powerful forehand. Ben on the rebote. Here's Anderluck from the 9 line. What a catch by Ben. Low and hard to the inside. It's tipped on the scoop attempt by Anderluck. Point 2.
Yeah, Ben using those skills as a tight end back in college, played for the Canes. Helped with that catch over his head right there.
Our next matchup has Rock serving to the green shirts of post 4, Fred and Ikeda. Good. Almost a good catch by Ikeda. He chased it down, then dropped it. Point 2. Two's on the board with 3 points, serving to the black shirts of post 5, CRB and Vuelo. Vuelo clipped the sidewall again. Ben got it off in time, but it's out of play. Point 5. Five serves to the yellow shirts of post 6. Here's Juice and Carballo. The next matchup has CRB serving to the yellow shirts of post 6, Juice and Carballo. Carballo, strong backhand. Vuelo on the run. Nice rebote by Vuelo. Carballo blasted inside. Vuelo makes the catch. Vuelo sends it deep. Carballo on the rebote, right back to Vuelo. Vuelo picks it up on the forehand. Carballo from the 8 line. Another hard throw. Vuelo's there. Outside placement is off the court. Got to land that ball in between the lines that you see on the floor, those red lines, just like in tennis or volleyball or anything else that requires you keeping it in bounds. 6 serving to the pink shirts of post 7. We have Asier and Kubala receiving. Big backhand by Kubala. Carballo, forehand rebote. Little too loose in the wrist, trying to get it straight over his head. Escape back. Loss of point. This one goes to the 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive purple shirts post 8. Substituting in the backcourt is Douglas Ford Jedden. Powerful reverse. Powerful backhand rather by Douglas. Douglas for the rebote. Kubala missed it first way. Got up there to get the rebote. Nice second effort by Kubala to try to make that save. Point goes to the 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now double through the end of the game. First to return, Bueno, Tennessee. Bueno picks the serve in the front court. Throws at Karam. Cool Fitness was there, just could not get to it. Well thrown by Bueno. Point 1.
That's a great example of picking it off the serve in the front court and just going for a kill shot right away, perfectly executed by Bueno.
It's also why there's pressure on keeping that serve away from the front quarter.
Yes, absolutely.
White shirts post 3 receive. Powerful forehand throw by Anderluck. Bueno for the rebote. Left side rebote. Diaz picks it up in the air. Bueno from the 9 line. Ball tipped in the backcourt, point one. One has 4 points. This next matchup has Bueno serving to the green shirts opposed for Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda opens up on the forehand from the backcourt. Good catch by Bueno. Off the tip of Ikeda Sesta, the ball goes. Point one. Straight points in the second round, ladies and gentlemen, for possible game point for Bueno. Tennessee trying to stop them are Rock and Ben. Big backhand by Ben. Good catch by Tennessee. Ben from the forehand. Long carom by Ben, missed. Point and game to the red shirts. Post one, Bueno and Tennessee. One wins it. 2 comes in second. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Playoff for third place. 5 first serves to 6. Carballo, strong backhand. Wello, nice forehand. Carballo with a hop makes the catch. Wello, nice rebote for Wello. Very nicely played. Wello with a tip ball. Seven now serves to 8. The winner of this point meets 6 in the continuing playoff for third place. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Good catch by Kubala. Douglas on the forehand. Hard throw to the inside. Scores. Point 8. Our final matchup of the game has Juice serving to the purple shirts at post 8, Cool Fitness and Douglas. The winner of this point gets third place. Douglas from the forehand. What a powerful throw. Juice is there. Got it up. Nice rebote by Juice.
What a catch.
Who was the holding on?
Maybe illegal change of motion? Is it on Juice?
Flores. Who got the point?
And folks, just clarifying who got the point. Looks like the 8.
Eight gets the point. Unofficial order finish 1, 2, 8. Not always entirely clear, especially when there's 2 issues, but realistically what happened with Juice caught the ball on one side of the body, he threw it on the other. That's what the holding call was.
Right.
There was some question as to whether or not Douglas's ball hit the pad, but it didn't hit the pad.
Yeah.
Or was judged not to have hit the pad.
Right, and typically, sometimes you can hear that click, and there's certainly a difference between the lower part of that front wall and the top of the pad. When it hits the pad, you're going to hear, obviously, a louder sound in that clicking off the front wall. So just above the pad, pretty good shot there for Douglas. Gets him third place in our 7th game. Last doubles game of the matinee performance.
Results are official. 1, 2, 8. The official result from Game 7. And before we put the point up, we're always going to check if there's any question what happened there. The judge clarified it on his way off the court, which may have been what you had seen. We don't want to assign a point before we know for sure. When both players are walking off the court, it's not always clear who got the point, who didn't. So in that case, but there was a clear holding, clear change of motion on Juice's point. So yeah. The high five, 13351, 4 of 5 numbers, returning $80.90. That's the high five. That's a pick 5. Look at that trifecta, 128, $571 even. Quinella, 1-2, $55. Yeah, that trifecta is beautiful. 571.10. Up next is our 8th game out of 9 games. A spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. All points double. After the first round of play, we do have 2 scratches in Game 8. Game 8, post 4. Scratch Jed and replace Jed with number 22, Bueno. Game 8, post 4. Scratch Jed and replace Jed with number 22, Bueno. Also, Game 8, post 5. Scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with number 37, Tennessee. Game 8, post 5, scratch El Barba. Replace El Barba with Tennessee. So, Andrew, we got 2 games left in today's performance.
So, absolutely 2 games left. 2 singles matches to close it out. And you'll be seeing, as we've been mentioning, the different tiers of players. These are the MLB level.
So you've abandoned class altogether?
Abandoned it. Done. We're not bringing it up.
He didn't get the Monty Python reference before. I mean...
I'm
okay,
sorry,
look, assignment. I'll buy you the DVD. Oh, wait a second. This is another thing. Do you have a DVD player? Do you have a Blu-ray player?
What's a DVD player? No, I'm kidding. But I don't have a DVD player. The Xbox can play discs.
It's the most
and
amazing
play CDs.
thing.
It's got a
My
Blu-ray player,
apartment is literally decorated. People think I'm kidding. It's literally decorated with Blu-rays and DVDs on the walls and nice glass shelves and stuff.
I like that.
People come in and they look and they think I live in the Dark Ages or something like that.
What?
It's like
they've never seen that many movies before. We used to have that. I mean, we had a whole rack in our room.
We used to. Here we go. Right. When you were how old?
Wow, definitely when I was, 10 to probably 15.
My God.
Yeah. Well, younger,
Wow.
But up to 15 years old. And then I went to school. I haven't been back home. Maybe it's still there. The collection might be growing for all we know.
Right. It's something that we old folks do. We collect DVDs and Blu-rays.
Not my words.
So even if I gave you Monty
Python,
Python, the Holy Grail, you couldn't do anything with it.
What, can you give me a little Spark Notes of it?
Spark Notes?
Spark Notes. That's a.
Now,
this is another thing.
Now
this
I'm
is
lost.
A whole,
is that like
now
Cliff Notes?
Cliff Notes. Absolutely.
So Spark Notes are like Cliff.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Maybe I said it wrong.
Sorry, no one can hear it. Scott, did you hear Spark Notes? He's heard of Spark Notes.
He's heard of Spark. I thought that I got it wrong. I was like, maybe it's just Cliff Notes. Well, there's 2.
No, there's not. You're making it up.
It's been a while since high school English, so I haven't.
For who? For me?
For me.
Yeah, they didn't even teach English when I was in high school English. We spoke in Old English, and we wrote in script. We had to study cursive and.
You had the scrolls.
That's another thing. Wait a second. Cursive?
Cursive. I was one of the last few. Actually, my cousins the oldest one is about 12 years younger. That's the difference. They aren't growing up with cursive. They're not being taught that in school at all. Now it's a thing that's kind of the past. Maybe there are other schools that are out there, but certainly that school district. Not going to name names, of course. But that was fun. I like cursive, and it's kind of why I got a little squiggly handwriting. You've touched on that a little bit. One of the reasons why it's not as what's the word? Serif? No. It's pretty. Yeah, so it's more of a. I don't remember.
No,
too long ago. The
first time I had to read your writing, I really tried to be polite last year. I really did.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy writes in hieroglyphics. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never seen this
Sanskrit.
before.
It was like, how do we need a translator to get this guy?
And I felt bad. I didn't want to pick on you, but it's like, look, I need to read this, and I have no idea what this is saying.
I just got to do my job, Andrew. I hate to be that guy, but it comes. That's another thing. 2 things that run in the family. One is bad handwriting, and profuse sneezing every time. Some people they sneeze one time.
I'm just picturing your parents watching the TV right now.
Like,
one going, my handwriting's fine. The other one says, we don't sneeze.
Well, I think the parent that knows who I'm referring to knows both of them, and I think the other one's probably laughing. So
now, are either one of them a fan of the mustache, though? Or they're both?
Interesting. Certainly my mother is not a fan of it. I haven't really talked to my dad about it. He's not a facial hair guy, but I think, he wants me to be happy and do what I want. So, this
If the mustache makes you happy, wear the
I'm sure,
mustache. It's fine.
My mom will just come out.
It's
it looks terrible. You need to get rid of it. Actually, 3 weeks ago she said that, but here we are.
3 weeks later, and looks different.
Of course, I listened to my mother though, of course, but not with the mustache.
2 minutes. We have 2 minutes remaining for placing your wagers in Game 8. And a reminder that we have 2 scratches. Game 8, Post 4, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 22, Bueno. Game 8, Post 5, scratch El Barbo, replace El Barbo with number 37, Tennessee. So Bueno goes in for Jedden, and Tennessee goes in for El Barbo.
How about that? Bueno, his first win of the 2020 season in that 7th game, singles or doubles. That's a shock. Bueno, one of the best players, one of the more solid players on the roster skill-wise. His father, obviously a great highlight player in his time, still very involved in the game. And in editing, we've been talking about Bueno. One of the things that he's really trying to work on in this 2020 season is closing games out, and that's a big thing. Last year, he was a little upset with the amount of second and third place finishes that he had. So his goal for 2020, and a big one for a lot of people, is just learning how to close those games out. And really, that last point, it's an important one. There's a lot of pressure. You got to get the serve in to begin with. So that's something that, if you're on the receiving end, you don't even have to worry about. Just a lot more going through your head in that final point of the game.
There's no question when you're stepping up with possible game point to serve the ball, trying to get it between the 4 and 7. Significant. We're ready to begin Game 8. Spectacular 7 singles match, play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Game 8 is going to close out the Mighty Ocho for today, the pick 8 bet. Our first matchup of the 8th game has Douglas serving in the red shirt at post 1 to Anderluck in the blue at post 2. Douglas serves. We begin Game 8. Douglas glows to the floor. Nice effort. Pretty on the throw. Just hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. First point of the 8th game goes to Anderluck in post 2. That gives us our second matchup of our 8th game. Anderluck serves to the white shirt of post 3, Ben. Hard serve picked up by Ben on the backhand. Anderluck makes a beautiful catch at the 9 line. Ben with a tip ball, point 2. Two now serves to the green shirt at post 4. Receiving is Bueno. It's a hard serve by Anderluck and a great catch by Bueno. Anderluck mid-wall placement picked up by Bueno. Bueno sends it back. Rebote. Left side for Anderluck. Stays to the inside. Bueno missed it at the 10 line. Got the hop. Missed the ball. Point 2. Post 5 receives. Tennessee. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an ace. That is an ace. Beautiful serve by Anderluck. Point 2.
Anderluck really strong with the serve. Probably one of the best serves on this roster.
He's got, for any, you put him on any court with that serve, he'll do well. Yellow shirt at post 6 receives Carballo. Carballo steps into the 10 line. Forehand Rebote. We have a swing and a miss. Mid-court, point 6. Our next matchup has Carballo serving to the pink shirt of post 7, Kubala. Catch by Carballo. Hard reverse. Kubala going for a shot on the rebote, threw it into the pad. Ooh. Point 6.
I tried to go for the kill there, putting it to the outside on the rebote. Just catches the pad.
To complete the first round of play, we have Ikeda in the purple shirt at post 8. Over serve. Once again, ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line on a serve. You can throw it hard, but you got to get it between the lines. Point 8. First round's complete. All matchups are worth 2 points through the end of the game. Douglas receives. Powerful reverse by Douglas. Ikeda's there. Douglas on the rebote. Turned nicely on the left side. Another rebote. This one too hard, too high, out of play. That hit the overhead screen. Point 8. Ikeda has 3 points. He now serves in this next matchup to the white shirt at post 3. Ben. Ben with a strong backhand. Forehand rebote thrown by Ikeda. Ball ruled tipped. Point 8. Straight points to a possible game point here for Ikeda in post 8. Trying to stop him, Bueno in the green of post 4. Nice backhand throw by Bueno. Ikeda, forehand rebote. Scoop by Ikeda. Bueno missed it. That's point and a perfect game to the purple shirt of post 8, Ikeda. No playoff here. 2 places, 6 shows. Unofficial order finish 8-6. Your prices will be up in a moment.
That was a quick one, Stu.
It's
Usually
official.
We've been having a lot of playoffs. Yeah, we've been having a lot of playoffs in these games. First game of the day without a playoff. That one flew by.
Yes, it did. Coming in first, post 8 with a perfect game was number 23, Ikeda. Taking second, post 2 was Anderluck. Coming in third place, in the yellow post 6, Carballo. 8-6, the official order of finish. And we will have prices in just a moment. There are prices coming out of game number 8. The Quinella 2-8 returning $22.80. That trifecta 8-6, a respectable $266.40. The mighty Ocho 241-33518. 4 of 8 numbers returning $65.20. And coming out of that 8th game, Ikeda, who obviously was dominating on their first weekend, doing really, really well, maximizing those points, maintaining his concentration to give him a possible game point. And, of course, no playoffs in that game. Up next, we have game number 9 with spectacular 9 scoring. Now, that's different than most people have heard. Are you finished writing?
I'm finished writing, Stu.
I didn't want to set that up. And can you read that writing?
I can read that writing, and we're good to go to game 9. As you mentioned, game 9, the Superfecta game. You see that it's flipped upside down. There's Superfecta next to it. What does that mean, Stu? Well, let's find out. We've got a video.
You don't
queued
need to
up. We don't even need you
That's
to explain
awesome.
it. We've got a video queued up. Great Lindsay here on the call for that one. Lindsay, take it away.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And thank you, the lovely Lindsay, with a wonderful explanation of a superfecta. I don't know if it's wonderful, but it's a good explanation of a superfecta. Superfecta only occurs once in the performance. We play the game to 9 points, and it returns cash on first through 4th place finishes. Now, you can't bet a 4th. That you can't do. But if you want to bet a combination of first through 4th, that is the superfecta. It looks like we have $216 in the superfecta pool right now. We do have a scratch in Game 9. Game 9, post 7. Jedden is out, replaced by number 30, Diaz. Game 9, post 7. Scratch Jedden. Replace Jedden with number 30, Diaz. And post time is just 3 minutes away.
Stu, just heard from Tennessee, shouted over to me as I was walking back to the announcer's desk over here. He will be on his phone on that live stream between these performances, answering any questions that you may have. He just said he was willing to answer questions. He would love to answer questions that people may have.
How does that even work?
Well, I'm not a huge YouTube guy, so bear with me here for a second, but there is a commenting section where you can comment on the stream, and then someone can, obviously Tennessee can respond to those questions. So we're making the fans known that Tennessee he told me that he will be on there between the performances, answering questions that people may have. So if you have any and would like to interact with one of the players, that'll be from whenever this game ends, whenever we get off the air to 4 o'clock p.m. when we start our second session.
And obviously, he can only do that when we're not playing because highlight players cannot be on their cell phones while we're playing.
That was the point that was stressed. I said, Tennessee.
You stressed that to him?
I did say you can ask him. I said, you can't do it during the performance.
I trust you. I don't need to ask him. If you tell me you did it, you did it.
Absolutely. And he said, I'm just going to do it between the performances just to get some player-fan interaction. And, of course, if you have any other questions between the performance that Tennessee can't answer, lovely announcers here. Stu probably more than myself here will definitely with the highlight knowledge, but we'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have about the game, what's going on. Obviously, we know there are a lot of new viewers to the sport, so keep the questions coming, and we will get those answered to you as we have time in the Bronx.
The third and final call for all wagering in game number 9, last call. Final reminder, the scratch. Game 9, post 7. Take Jedden out, replace Jedden with Diaz. And with that, we are ready to begin our 9th and final game of this matinee performance. Got an afternoon performance coming up at 4 p.m. This game is played to 9. That's 9 points. All points doubling after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have number 25, Kubala. Receiving in the blue of post 2, number 22, Bueno. Our first matchup of the 9th game. Kubala serves to Bueno. Kubala serves. We begin game 9. Kubala, rebote to the outside. Bueno's on it. Forehand return with the carom. Nice throw. Kubala chases it down. Bueno from the 10 line. Picks it up. Puts it back inside. Kubala's there. Bueno from the 9 line. 2-all. Rebote. Stopped by Bueno. Bueno trying to pass Kubala, and he does. Perfect example of try to put the ball where your opponent is not. That was beautifully played by Kubala and Bueno. Bueno gets the point. White shirt of post 3 receives. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to Ikeda. Bueno on the reverse. Ikeda sends it up. Shot down, but Bueno picked it up. Great catch by Ikeda. Ikeda goes hard back to the inside. Bueno from the forehand. He dives to make the save. Ikeda from the 8 line. Carom by Ikeda will score. Beautifully thrown, point 3.
And Bueno showing great hustle to get to that original rebote there, but Ikeda just too much. Kills it with that carom.
Our next matchup has Ikeda serving to Ben in the green of post 4. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Ben lets it pass. There's a rebote by Ben. Ikeda has it on the forehand. Point 3. 3 on the board with 2 points. Ikeda now serves to the black shirt of post 5. Here's Douglas. Douglas from the forehand. Fakes the carom. Picada means big bounce. You got to cut back in and try to get it before it goes over your head. That worked. That scored, point 5. Our next matchup has Douglas serving to Carballo. Underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. A little help from the wall on that one. Point 6. 6 serves to post 7 in the pink shirt. We have Diaz. Diaz, beautiful, lofty backhand. Great catch by Diaz on the forehand. He passes Carballo from the right side. Diaz catches it in the air. What a carom! I mean, just what a shot. Beautiful. Point 7. Great throw by Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz typically kills from the left side, Stu, but that one with the carom.
If he can kill you from the right, too, that's trouble.
Oh,
Here's
that's
post
a lot
8
of
to
trouble.
complete the first round of play. Anderluck. Anderluck on the run. Low, hard, and inside. Caught by Diaz. Diaz in the air. Here's Anderluck. 2 bounces before the rebote could be made. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return in the second round, Kubala. Beautiful serve by Anderluck. Kubala's got it. Anderluck. Outside placement will score. What a shot. 0.8.
Couldn't have dropped it better from the inside there, Stu. Right on the inside of that line. Perfect shot for Anderluck. He's really good at that outside placement, rather. Something to watch all season long.
Receiving, post 2. Bueno. Great catch off an even greater serve by Anderluck. Anderluck hangs in there to make the rebote. He gets it to the front wall. Bueno's got it. Hard to the inside. Scoop attempt missed. 0.2. Bueno's now serving to the green shirt at post 4. Here's Ben. Big backhand by Ben. That ball hooked to the side wall. Out of play, 0.4. Our next matchup has Ben serving to the white shirt at post 3, Ikeda. Ben takes it in the air. Strong backhand. Ikeda, rebote. Ben with a nice pickup at the 11 line. Long carom by Ben. That is beautifully thrown. Ikeda's on it. Ikeda returns a carom. It cuts sharp. Ben stopped it. Chased it down. Stopped it. Returned the carambola. Ikeda picked it up. Here's Ben on the revert. What a point between Ben and Ikeda. Ikeda's looking at him like, what the hell do I have to do to win this point? Ikeda serves with 3 points, too. Douglas. Douglas, big backhand. Douglas from the forehand. Outside placement. Ikeda read it, stopped it. Went for a carom return that wound up in the pad. 0.5.
And you saw Ikeda really look to see where Douglas was on the court there before throwing that carom, one that he would just have liked to get a little bit higher.
No, he knew what to throw, just wasn't able to throw it. Our next matchup has Douglas serving to Carballo. Carballo makes the catch. There's the reverse. Douglas with this rebote. This one went to the overhead screen. 0.6. Matchup of Carballo and Diaz. Diaz receives in the pink of post 7. Diaz with a nice backhand. Carballo catches it. Diaz, rebote to the inside. Carballo's there. Carballo throws the backhand hard. Diaz, 2-all. What a shot by Diaz. These 2-alls are just scoring beautiful for Diaz. 0.7.
They're just talking about it from the left side. That's typically his shot. Perfectly executed. Ton of spin there, Stu.
7 on the board with 3 points. Diaz serves in this matchup to Kubala in post 1. Diaz again. Rebote is soft. Kubala gets there. Diaz again. Diaz going to get some nice bounce. Kubala on the run. Kubala showing excellent hustle to get to this ball. Rebote by Diaz. It makes contact with the front wall. Kubala has it. Hard throw to the inside. Scores on the second bounce. Well played. 0.1.
Yeah, really good point there for Kubala, showing a ton of hustle and a lot of speed as well.
Kubala is now serving to the purple shirt of post 8, Anderluck. Powerful throw by Anderluck. Scores. Point 8. Eight's on the board with 5 points, but remember, 9 points are needed to win a Superfecta game. Here's Bueno. Anderluck hard to the inside, scooped up by Bueno. Forehand rebote thrown beautifully by Anderluck and scoring, crossing the wall beautifully right behind the 8 line. Point 8. Possible game point for Anderluck in post 8. Trying to stop him, Ben. Ben goes down low to make the catch. Anderluck on the rebote. It's a 2-all. Ben's out there. Ben on the run. Holds onto it. What a catch. Anderluck from the 10 line. Hard to the inside. Ben looking for the rebote. Ben goes to the floor to save the rebote. Anderluck under the bridge, and oh my God, just lost it there at the end. Wow. Beautifully played by Ben. Point 4.
Well, let's do it sometimes, those slow ones that'll get you. Great point there for those two.
Here's post 3. The white shirt, Ikeda. Ball missed on the backhand of Ben. Point 3. 3 has 6 points and is serving to Douglas. This matchup has Ikeda serving to the black shirt. Post 5, Douglas. Powerful throw by Douglas. Ikeda has it. Ikeda goes outside. Douglas on the run, stops it. Fake the carom, put it back inside, and it scores. No, you can't spin your cesta like that and catch it. Point 5. 5 on the board with 5 points. Remember, 9 points needed to win. Here's Carballo receiving. Beautiful reverse by Carballo. Difficult rebote. Douglas does what he can to keep it in play. Here's Carballo winding up. Catch in the air by Douglas. Douglas rifles it inside. Home to score. Point 5.
That's just too much power there for Carballo. Nothing he can do with that shot.
Too much power for most people, actually. I mean, that was 1,000-mile-an-hour ball. Okay. Possible game point for Douglas. Trying to stop him, Diaz. It's a beautiful reverse by Diaz. He gets it over Douglas's head. Douglas, hard throw. Here's Diaz. Catch by Douglas. Hard throw to the inside, and it scores. Point and game to the black shirt of post 5. Douglas, no playoff here. 8 comes in second, 3 comes in third, 4 comes in fourth. 5-8-3-4 is the unofficial order of finish. It's official. Coming in first, post 5, Douglas. Taking second, post 8, Anderluck. Coming in third, post 3, Ikeda. And in fourth place, post 4, Ben. 5-8-3-4, now official. For Game 9, we'll have your prices in just a moment. Superfecta 5-8-3-4, returning $61.40. Trifecta 5-8-3, $162.60. Looked like everybody had Douglas in there somewhere. The Canela 5-8. And the Canela 5-8, which is first and second in any order, returning $26.60. If you had the exacta 5-8, $59.20. Some tremendous points played in that last game, which is good because earlier I forget what game was less than inspired earlier today, but we got out of that. They shook it off. They came back and finished strong.
Yeah, really, as you said, Stu, that's a great word, inspired play. I like that. I like that word you used there.
Well, no, I'm sorry. That came from you. I stole that from you.
No.
You said that's what you were going to say, then you started writing, and I stole it when you weren't looking.
Well,
that's what I did.
Nonetheless, definitely a great game to close it out, and hopefully these guys will carry that momentum over into the afternoon session of play. We've got 9 more games. Stu, that'll be starting at 4 p.m.
Yeah, we do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Thursday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon, and we invite you to join us again 4 o'clock when we'll play 9 more action-packed games. Once again, that's at 4 o'clock. That's the afternoon performance. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel and let us know your thoughts. Any questions you might have in the comments section. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today, and we hope you will join us again at 4 p.m. for this afternoon's performance. Goodbye till we can see you again back here at Jai-Alai.